Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's resume our complete beginner's guide to No Man's Sky. And we're going to craft a teleporter for the base that we have built and continue making progress on that, finding more buried technology, looking for recipes. The salvage technology like this, the buried technology module, it'll give us the blueprints we need to build upgrades for our base. And hey, we haven't scanned everything here, so we might as well. Floating islands indeed. Alright, what is this? So there is a buried mineral formation. This is actually worth checking out. So you see it turned into a green icon, and as you play, sodium, you're just going to find different tags, and I recommend, okay, so, buried cache, what is that? What is that like? Is it worth it? There's our base, and then this is subterranean organic structure. So we can just check all of these different things out. I'm going to go ahead, and looks like we haven't analyzed this. Let's do that. And we do need ferrite dust to craft the metal plating. But whenever it says buried, you just use your terrain manipulator and we shoot at it, and then look, we found this glowing mineral. So the gem icon means you want to use your mining beam on it to harvest it, and we found a glowing mineral. Now if we push the middle button to go into our inventory, you'll see many items that you can find you need to open. So this is a geode that we need to hold square to analyze, and we ended up getting this crystal sulfide. So this is something we can use for trading, but it also is worth 7,000 by itself. So it's not like incredibly valuable, but it's nice. It's just a little thing that we can sell, and so I'm happy with that. There is a sentient plant. There is some more buried technology. Let's just go ahead and mark this. You can see it's right over there. And anything, I'm looking for any animals. Remember there, I believe if we go to discoveries, the two animals that we need are underwater. So if we spend any amount of time on this world, which we will because our base is here, we'll get there eventually. What is this? This is nothing. It's just a little mound. Thought it was a mineral deposit. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so here we go. And there's some dihydrogen, which might as well pick up some of this. And you see how if I get close enough, this buried technology module, sometimes it's so close to the surface that you don't even have to dig it up. Just hold square and you got it. Here is this amazing guy. And we'll just go ahead and switch to our mining beam. And hey, why can't I get you? There we go. These are the sentient plants, and you open them, and what's inside? So this is an albumin pearl. Now if I pick this up, it's time to run away. You see how it says Sentinel searching in the upper right corner? There are some items that the Sentinels do not like you harvesting. They consider them to be off limits, and kind of like Grand Theft Auto, they put a warning on you, and they will send out probes to kind of come to that particular spot and look for you. And if you can get away before this timer... Okay, so now they found us, so we need to go immediately, and they're coming, and it's time to fly into space. So, they have detected us, and they are not happy. So what you could do is try to fly away from them, or you could get out and run and try to run from them, or we could potentially fight them. Now, let me go ahead and look and see. Yep, here we go. All right, so let's fight. So I am holding L2 to aim and stay locked on this guy. Almost got him. And now I'm holding R2 to move a little faster. He's got his shield back. Let's go ahead and get this guy again. I'm going to switch to my rocket launcher and give him a rocket. I missed, but that's okay. We're just going to kind of get this guy in there. Okay, we blew that guy up, and it's time to get out of here. Okay. They're coming. We weren't able to escape fast enough. There we go. So, while we're flying away, let me explain what happened. We picked up this albumin pearl, which it sells pretty well, 10,000, but it is something that the Sentinels do not allow you to collect. And they will send out little drones to come get you. And so what I'm going to do is stop, and I'm going to go to the space station. So the space station is right here, and it looks like this kind of hexagon, this golden glowing hexagon. Just aim your marker at it and hold L1 and R1 to turn on your pulse drive and get away. And while I'm doing that, I'll explain the rest of what happened. So all you need to do now, you see this awesome space station, just hold R2, fly to it. You could hold circle as well, and you're going towards this blue beam of light in front of the space station. And then once you get there, the tractor beam kind of picks you up. The station's AI just parks you. And we made it. And our ship will turn around to be able to launch soon. And you just push square and get out. And we're in the space station, and we can explore it. Now, I didn't really intend to come to the space station at that moment, but we need to get here anyway. This is part of the main quest, and we can show off all the awesome stuff that we can do. Every single system has a space station. It has that glowing hexagon icon. You will always find it. And you just need to fly your ship at it and go towards the beam of light to get in. There are space stations that have different configurations and looks, and you're just going to go ahead and try and find that light. And then once you get in, you will see that there are vendors and merchants and people to talk to all along this middle section. If you come up here to these wings, sometimes you can just find stuff lying around on these crates, like this navigation data, for example. Just hold square and you just kind of steal it and nobody cares, and you get some nanites or money or resources. Now, going back, I picked up the albumin pearl. That triggered the Sentinels to come investigate. If you can hide from them, they will leave. But they found us at the last moment, and what that meant was that they are going to send in reinforcements, which are ships, to hunt us down. Now, you can go into space, but they know where you are, and as long as those ships are there, they kind of jam your ability to use your pulse drive and speed away. So what you have to do is defeat them, and then as soon as you finish defeating it, just aim anywhere and just hold L1 and R1 to try to turn on your pulse drive and get away from that scene, because what happens is they're going to start sending more and more interceptors to your location. Eventually they'll send a capital ship to your location. Now, if you can defeat it, you get something awesome as a reward. You get the coordinates of a crashed Sentinel ship, which can be super valuable, and it's actually not that hard to defeat. But early on, dogfighting is an acquired skill. And let's talk about the dogfighting that I was doing. So you could see that the ship was chasing us, and some different players do different things to fight. But what I like to do is just hold L2 to kind of lock on and follow the target. But you have to, while your ship is rotating, you're not really moving. So sometimes that works, and then you can hold X to shoot your pulse cannon, your photon cannon. But sometimes you'll need to, while you're holding L2, use R2 to move, and even sometimes R2 and circle to go even faster to kind of follow them. And you might need to lead them with your photon cannon, and you can push triangle to switch to your rocket launcher and try and take them down. Now, there was only one. It was easy. We blasted him. And when you defeat a pirate or a sentinel ship, the rewards go into your starship, and we ended up getting this Hylian brain. And we're going to want to keep this if we want to get a sentinel ship, or we could sell it. But we'll just hold on to it for the time being. So our ship has some resources, some things we got from shooting asteroids, or just, probably in our case, accidentally shooting them or just driving through them. And we have a few items here that we could sell. So Awakenings, the quest, you'll see the quest will change a lot that you have tracked, so you can go to your log, and it wants us to investigate the base computer archives, but because we came to the space station, it kind of skipped ahead and is like, okay, find more information at the space station, because it's eventually going to want us to come here. So we just went there, and the quest updated and is now wants us actually to be where we are. So this is a good opportunity to talk about it. So right in the center, on the bottom section of this kind of bridge thoroughfare that has all of the vendors, you'll see above this there's an icon for the species that controls this sector, and in that diamond, and so this is Vy'keen, and then you're going to see this swirly icon here is the icon for the teleporter, and this is the teleporter. It's blue, it's glowy, it looks like this, and we can use this to warp to our base once we build the teleporter, which we were trying to build. And then once we connect them, we can actually, from our base, just come right back here to the space station to buy and sell stuff, get quests, all kinds of cool stuff. So we're going to do that eventually. This is the Galactic Trade Terminal, and you could see the icon for this is this kind of credit symbol and the refresh symbol, and this is where you buy and sell items. They don't have everything available to buy, and it depends what system you're in, and some of them, the things rotate, but you could certainly sell your stuff here. And then this guy over here that has like the checklist, this dude is the mission agent, and he can give you little missions to do for rewards for building reputation with the species that controls the system. So you could talk to this dude, but if I try to talk to this guy, it's going to be tough because I don't really understand him. It does say the life form waits behind their terminal. They look me up and down and seem to decide I'm not a customer. They do not look particularly helpful. Can I ask about other travelers? And he looks at me with alarm before waving me away. Okay. So he is not happy. He doesn't want to talk. So we're going to need to keep exploring. Now, this right here allows you to salvage ships if you have an extra ship that you want to sell. It allows you to change your starship. And right now we're not going to use that, but let's just talk about all of these different terminals and what they do. This allows you to build a starship from scratch. So this is kind of like the starship editor and vendor. And then this is the starship fabricator to build a Corvette. And this is the customizer. So you could customize your appearance, your color. I mean, you could change everything. Your boots, your pants, your gloves, your helmet, your backpack, your chest piece. You could change your color of each of those items. It's really cool how much you can customize, and you can get even more cosmetics later. This is the navigation vendor, so it looks like a map pin is symbol right here. And this guy basically allows you to exchange navigation data that you find. Do we have any? We don't. To get maps to particular things, like for example, you can find upgrades for your exosuit so you can hold more stuff. You get more capacity. We'll definitely be using him later. And then right around here at the back corner, I'm just going to push R3 to sprint. There are two vendors. This guy is the fossil man. So if you find fossilized bones on a planet, you can come and exchange them with this dude, or you could sell them. And then this guy is the gray market operator, and right now he's not useful, but once we get some more money, he is really cool. Then I'm going to go up, just fly up here, and this is where you can exchange nanites for upgrades for your different resources by buying modules. Not resources, your different utilities in terms of an exocraft, which we don't have yet, our starship, so we could buy upgrades for our starship. There is a multi-tool upgrader right here, and then there is your exosuit research upgrader here. Now the multi-tool guy, you're going to notice he is selling a multi-tool on this side that we could purchase to upgrade to, or there's another one back here, and if you just like hold square to look at it, you're going to see that this baby is, you could click this green button to compare it. So this is an A-class rifle that he's selling, and it has 20 slots for technology, where we have a pistol that has 8 slots. Ours is worth 21,000, his is worth 2.2 million, so it's slightly better. And you can trade yours in to decrease the value, or you can just buy it, and you can have more than one multi-tool. So if you buy this, it adds it to your collection. It doesn't replace your existing multi-tool, because you might have some modules that you want to take off and put on your new one. It also has some supercharged slots, these purpley slots that kind of amp up whatever systems you have connected to them. And that's something to look forward to. But the main thing you want to do whenever you come to a space station for the first time is go to the exosuit guy and go to this suit upgrade that looks like a holographic exosuit, and this will let you upgrade your inventory. So if we, for example, go down here, we could purchase an inventory slot so we can hold more stuff, or we could click up here and purchase a technology slot so we can install more upgrades. Now, I like to have both of these things. They're both amazing. So the cost of this kind of goes up as we move, but we don't need to do anything. We just need to pay 1,000 units, which we have 45,000, and I'm going to buy a new technology slot for my exosuit like that, so I could install more modules. So you could do that once every time you come to a new system and you go to the space station, and also if you go to the anomaly in a new system, and we'll talk about the anomaly later. It's basically like the multiplayer space station. Now you're going to see sometimes other ships will land, which are NPCs for the most part, and you can buy and trade from them. I'm going to walk over here and I'll just show you, talk to this guy and be like, hi, how's it going? And you see, we don't understand anything that Technology Merchant Ryx is saying because we don't speak hardly any Viking. And he's not helping, so we can't really interact with anybody until we complete our quest. So let's just keep talking to people. And this guy right here seems happy, so let's talk to him and see what he says. Little get guy. And now you could see we could repeat 16. The life form chatters away, assessing me with beady, inquisitive eyes. But when I blink, I see that same red light that stared at me at the distress beacon. Repeat 16. And then, we are watching you, traveler friend. Find what we have left you. Though the alien speaks, the words are not their own. A string of code is echoed back to me through the red glare, logged directly into my exosuit. The crimson light fades away, and I see the life form blinking at me expectantly. Whatever has happened, they do not appear to have seen it. I should leave. Perhaps my base computer would be able to make something of this code. Okay, so now we get information about the space station in a tooltip in the right, and the quest has updated itself. And we want to stick with this main quest like we're doing, because as you can see, it's going to continue to just explain the game, but also unlock things and give us good rewards. So this is telling you that you can go to technology merchants to upgrade your ship and equipment, like the exosuit dude we just went to. The cartographer gives us directions to outpost or upgrades. The missions agent that we talked to in the bottom can give us quests, and the teleporter could take us back to our base once we've built the teleporter. But we haven't done that yet. Now, they want to tell us to go here immediately to, upgrade our exosuit, but we already did this. And then it says, once you're ready to leave, use the teleport to return to your base. Now, because I came here so quickly, I will not be able to do this. The quest kind of messed up a little bit because it assumes that I built the teleporter, but I did not. So, we're going to build that, but we have to fly back manually. Now, I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go to the Galactic Trade Terminal. And let's go ahead and sell some stuff. So you could see it defaults to buying. Just move your cursor and click sell. You could push square to switch between your starship and your own inventory. And what we want to sell is the albumin pearl, 10,000 right there. The crystal sulfide, very good. And I'm going to go down. We certainly want to sell this hadal core that we found underwater. And now we're getting a pretty reasonable amount of money. Sell this Fecium. And let's see, anything else that I want to sell? Here's our salvage data, which sells for a ton, but we're not going to sell it. I like to save it so that we can unlock a bunch of blueprints and then sell it when we need money. But we have better ways of getting money. We could sell this brain if we want to. But everything else I'm going to keep. Now, I'm going to go back to buy. And I really, really recommend that when you come to a space station early and you have a little bit of money, just buy yourself some quality of life items, some basic resources. So, like, I'm going to buy all of this ferrite dust, for example. So I'm just going to click here, and I'm going to push left on the directional pad to change the amount, and I can buy 219 ferrite dust for like 4,000. It's basically no money. And what it does is it provides me with, makes my life easier. I don't have to go harvest a bunch of metal. I'm also going to buy all of this metal plating. We need a ton of it. And anything else that I want here, this pyrite, I'm going to buy all of this. So you'll see why in a moment. There we go. Okay, perfect. Now, if you want, we're going to need microprocessors eventually, so we could buy a couple of these. Wiring loops we'll need too, but not as much right now. I'm going to buy just a couple of microprocessors just to have and call it a day. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to fly us up to the exosuit guy and just see if there's any cool modules here. We do have some nanites that we got. We don't understand him, and he's like, he doesn't want to talk to me right now. Okay, so we're going to have to leave and then come back, I guess, before they're going to want to trade with us. That's fine. What about this dude? Does he want to talk, or is he still spooked out? Okay. Yeah, so they're scared because I mentioned Traveler, so we have to leave. Now, if I do try to go over here, if you built your teleporter, you just interact with this, and then it's saying, hey, do you want to go to your base? Oh. Well, I'm going to see something. Okay, it did it. So, interesting. I'm surprised that it did that, but that's great. So, I guess I didn't know this, and I don't know if they changed it. I don't know if it's just for the quest, but it's probably something that they changed just to make life easier. They let you, apparently, teleport to your base at any time, even if you don't have a teleporter. That seems not intuitive, but I'm glad that I figured that out, because that'll make your life easy if you accidentally went to the space station like I did because you were being chased by terrifying sentinels. Now, we just need to build our own teleporter so we can go back. So let's go to the base computer, though, for the main quest and talk to it. Oh, this is the construction research unit. Actually, let's do this. Let's build. So remember, we bought the teleport module, but we can't even power this without the biofuel reactor, so let's get that. And we need wiring. It's free. And we're going to want How much do I have? 9? I'm going to buy a battery. I'm going to buy the signal booster. And then I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to start buying some stone stuff. No, I'll save for the solar panel. That's fine. We'll need more. But we now can build the teleporter. So go over to the advanced technology panel by pushing up on the directional pad, going to the build menu, and then just drop this somewhere in your house. Now, I can't build it yet because I need some nanotubes. No problem. Let's build those nanotubes. Select an empty slot, craft, and we're just going to build 2 of these. Here we go. Now I can build this. You can put it anywhere you want. I'm going to put it right over here next to my refiner and drop it. And it doesn't work because we don't have any power. So we need to get it some power, but they want us to go to the base computer, sure. And select new task. Let's begin decrypting this data. Decoding 161616. Message follows. The traveler finds their wings, fly to us, and claim your place among the stars. I will. Thank you very much. Signal detected, life signs detected. So this means that there is a possible distress signal over here, so it's a new location for us to go to. Now, once you get into the base computer sequence of quests, it's going to move pretty quickly now, but it's going to start to be slow. We're still going to follow it. All right. Now, let me go up, and we need to go to the power tab, which looks like the solar panel, and build ourselves a biofuel reactor. And I'm just going to drop this right next to the teleporter. And then I'm going to go up, and I'm going to select electrical wiring from the electricity tab. And then the electrical wiring, it's just kind of like these green circles are the snap points, just like when you're building. And so just target this, push R2, and then you're going to see as I move around my camera, like I'm dragging this wire, and we just want it to connect right away to the teleporter. Good. Now, another thing that we can do is build a battery, and we need more magnetized ferrite and condensed carbon to do that. So that's actually pretty easy, because all I have to do is open the portable refiner and drop in some ferrite dust. I'm actually just going to select the ferrite dust. Is it in my ship? I have ferrite dust in both places. I'm just going to take the ferrite dust in my ship and turn it into pure ferrite, which we will then turn into magnetized ferrite. Now what we need to do is we can go to the biofuel reactor, and you can just drop in some fuel, which would be probably condensed carbon. That's the best for us. And now you can see that this is going to last for 50 hours. And it will power our teleporter. Oh my god, you see how it's on? It's just blue, glowy. And now we can use this bad boy to teleport back to the space station whenever we want, which is awesome. So we're going to try to get solar panels so that we don't have to always be throwing fuel into the biofuel reactor. But now what we have is a teleporter built. We visited the space station. We got into a dogfight against some sentinels. We made a little money. We expanded our exosuit inventory. Well, we actually upgraded our technology slots. And you could see these little outlines of the squares that are not filled in. Those are all the empty slots we have that we could eventually upgrade ourselves to, which is amazing. So let's go ahead and get into our ship and just fly to the quest location. So we're out of fuel, by the way. And the quest location is pretty close if we fly. Now, it's going to take 24 seconds to get there. While we're flying here, let's just keep our eyes peeled for water. No. Why, you ask? Because... Ooh, cool. There's a little space place and some water. Let's fly over here. You see these rings? I'm going to hold L2 to slow down. If you land where these rings are, that's a beacon, then it's basically like free parking. We don't use any fuel landing there, and we can take off without using any fuel. So that's really convenient. I'm going to come here, and I'm going to chart this sector. Now, that gives you some nanites, but more importantly, it gives us a navigation data. And we can use these and trade them with the cartographer on the space station for maps. Here is the water. Let's see if we spot anything. Oh, they want us to go to... Right, they're doing signal sweep. That's fine, but no, I want to go into this water. Just really quickly. Is this deep or is this really small? You got anything here, people? Yes. Look. We got under the water one. Alright, and there's the other one. Perfect. So you have to go under the water to find underwater animals. And now we got the two that we need. We go to Discoveries. We click on Fauna. And that's 2,200 nanites. Boom. Beautiful. All right, so we just got a huge influx of nanites. We also found this little base that we want to explore, and we're doing beautifully. Everyone, I hope you're still finding this guide series to be useful and fun. I want to say thank you so much for watching. I will check you next time. Take care.